life, your best timeline, things like that. But I feel like there is this almost internal struggle where on one hand your person feels like called to do that, but on the other hand they still feel very trapped in their own fears and insecurities and things like that. And so that's why this Two of Pentacles is here, because it's like they're having to sort of juggle, their head and their heart. Like, what do they listen to? Um, so I'm gonna clarify a bit now. Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Pile one's person's current energy. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Pile one's person's current energy. So, with the Seven of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, and these kind of came out reversed. And the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, like the suit of the Swords, is all about the truth. It's all about, again, communication here. Especially the Knight of Swords reminds me a lot of communication, sorry, taking that fast action. But since these are reversed, it's almost like your person is running away from the truth. It's like maybe they don't want to tell you the truth about how they feel, or they're scared to maybe really reveal themselves to you. But it's almost like with the Three of Cups, in order to have this reunion, or this union at all, reconciliation even, coming back together with a lot of joy and happiness, it's like your person's going to have to open up. But maybe at this time there's still this feeling of being uncomfortable, revealing to you. Maybe they feel safer somehow with the truth hidden. But it's like, again, it's like this back and forth sort of internal struggle, because obviously if they want things to work with you, they're going to have to tell you how they feel. So it's I think very confusing for them, because again they're like, what do I trust? What instinct do I trust here about this connection? Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Reshuffle. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Pile one's person's current energy. We have the Strength card. So yeah, this is about having the strength to come forward to you and having the bravery and the courage to express their true feelings. Another message I was getting as I was shuffling about the Seven of Swords, it's like with the Page of Swords, it's like they're definitely keeping their eye on you, thinking about you a lot, thinking about communication, thinking about reaching out. But it's like almost like they're kind of staying hidden in the shadows in a way, with this energy being reversed. It's like you don't know maybe that how much they're thinking about communicating with you or reuniting with you. Again, that could be something that they're hiding, is that they do maybe really miss you if you haven't connected in a while, things like that. But yeah, so with the Strength card with the Two of Pentacles, it's like having to muster that that sort of like courageous version of themselves that does go with the flow, that does go for what they really want, doesn't listen to their fears as much, and really trusts again in their own strength. Let's see. Clarify the Four of Wands. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Clarify the Four of Wands. We have the Shadow, which is the Devil card, and it came out reversed. Clarify the Four of Wands. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Judgment, and then Justice reversed. Okay, so what I'm getting here with the Judgment card is like, for some of you, I feel like with the Seven of Swords, there could have been some sort of maybe betrayal in the past. Here, the betrayal literally could just be your person acting like they didn't have, these feelings for you, or maybe they ran away or they ghosted you or something like that. And so what I'm getting here is that your person is sort of looking at their actions here, because I think that they are really wanting this union with you. And it's almost like they know that maybe if they do come to you, it's like they need to offer you maybe some sort of, I mean, like justification, or like they need to explain themselves here. I also feel like this person could literally be awakening to the spiritual nature of this connection as well, because the Four of Wands can represent twin flame energy, definitely divine counterpart energy, like a union, a really high vibrational union. And so it could be with this Judgment, it's like they're having this sort of rebirth energy where they're seeing maybe very clearly that this is the right path for them. It's like a gateway here. It's like this portal to their best timeline, the best version of their life. And that could be something that has kind of hit them maybe out of the blue recently, where they're really seeing maybe the truth of this connection. And then it's like with the justice reversed in the shadow, it's like your person really was maybe in their shadow energy. They were in their lower vibrational self. And they may have committed a lot of injustice in this connection. Again, it could have been a betrayal. There could have been like, even like third party stuff involved. And so it's like your person, I think, is really almost like getting the karma for that as well, is kind of what I'm getting here. And they're having all these important realizations. And I feel like they want to make perhaps the wrongs in the past right again, and I could see that here with the Two of Pentacles as well. Balance the scales of this connection here. um Take accountability for that. Maybe they were very distorted. They were sort of maybe acting from a place of a lot of illusion, and they weren't listening to their intuition and things like that. And that may have led them down other paths away from this connection. For some of you, clarify the Eight of Swords. Pile one's person's current energy towards pile one. Oops. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to take the ones that flipped over. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, the Chariot, Temperance, and the Four of Wands. Exactly. So here we have these fears that your person has that are blocking them from taking action towards the union. But it seems like, with the Temperance, it seems like your person is coming into a place, I'm hearing like homeostasis. They are coming into a place of healing and of balance where, I'm hearing like as they achieve inner harmony, they will achieve outer harmony with you in this connection. So it definitely could be a time where your person is needing, time and space to just deal with their own inner confusion, their own head. I'm hearing like get their head straight, because with this energy, those are those really, I'm hearing like intrusive thoughts, those really difficult feelings. I feel like your person is having to learn to control their own mind, because we have to master the mind in order to be able to like really manifest anything successfully. Because if we're constantly being bombarded by our own, scary thoughts and then running with those and letting those dominate us, we definitely can come into this position where your person is being just completely stuck, but it's like blinded by ourselves. So yeah, there still is this energy where your person definitely does want to pursue this connection, but I feel like there is this need for healing that is going on right now. For some of them, they could be even going into therapy or researching mental health, I'm hearing, or doing things, like to aid in their mental well-being. Like they are healing, I feel, because they do ultimately still really want this Four of Wands. So for those of you where your person is not texting you or reaching out to you or pursuing you as much as you may be confused by that, I feel like underneath the surface there's a lot going on with them, and they definitely do want to pursue you, even if they're not doing it in the physical world, because like ultimately, like, this is what they want. They want the stability, the Four of Wands. They could even be thinking about marriage and commitment. It could have been that your person ran away from commitment as well because of these sort of, um I'm hearing like unjustified fears. So they may have been really afraid of like being hurt by you or something like that, if you guys were to have a commitment or a union together. But I'm hearing like you're not that kind of person. Like, it would have been successful on your end. You are a very trustworthy person, but it's like they, may have just had a lot of trust issues, or just like these undealt with, unprocessed things that I feel like caused a lot of blockages. All right, let's get some oracle cards now and see what else is going on. All right, pile one. What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's current energy? So we have hold your vision. So this person is definitely keeping this vision of this future with you, is what I feel in their head. It's like they know what they eventually want here with the Chariot as well. It's about a lot of desire and a lot of drive. So they are fixated, I feel like, on returning to you, at some point. We have be bold and make the first move. So yeah, they're definitely wanting to reach out and be like, exactly with the Strength card, be bold, make the first move, take those steps. And then we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. And it's interesting, the word balance seems to be a lot at play in this connection here with Temperance and the Two of Pentacles. So this is about them achieving that inner balance where they are, logical, but also spiritual, they're also in their heart space, they're also listening to their intuition. And I feel like in order to make that first move, they are going to have to be balanced. I'm hearing this person may have come across as unstable in the past for some of you. It could have been a lot of confusing behavior, maybe. All right, what else is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? We have the fox strategy, logic, solutions, making a plan, working things out, making important choices. So yeah, they are kind of strategizing right now. The seven of swords can also indicate strategy, is that your person may be trying to figure out the right steps to take towards you. You know, what do I need to do? What do I need to say? Things like that. And they are making these important choices, maybe about who's in their life, things like that, where they're how they're spending their time is what I'm hearing. Also where they're focusing their energy. What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's current energy? What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? What is pile one's person's current energy towards pile one? Okay, so we have the eagle. Higher perspective, keeping a close eye on you, noticing details, gathering information, and watching. And that's what I was getting with the Page of Swords here, is that your person may not be making moves right now, but they're definitely keeping a very, eagle-eyed view on you. They're definitely watching you. I feel like gathering information, waiting for maybe the right time to rush in here with the Knight of Swords. And then we have the plane, travel, moving forward, wanting to see you in person and rapid change. So for some of you, there could be a long-distance element to this connection, in which case your person is wanting to come towards you and take those necessary actions to be near you. But I definitely connect this card to like the Eight of Wands sort of energy, where it's like they want to take fast movement towards you. And again, wanting to see you in person. And there's also, I feel like, a lot of rapid changes going on with them. Like they may be releasing a lot right now, or gathering all this knowledge very quickly. Like they're maybe getting a lot of like downloads. And this is making them want to really move things forward. Definitely with the Knight of Swords, there's a swiftness where your person is really wanting to take action towards you. All right, let's get you some messages now and see what they want to say. All right, pile one. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? We have lessons. I'm learning profound soul lessons from you and our connection. So these may be lessons about honesty, truthfulness, things like that, especially about letting go of fear. We have warmth. You make me feel so happy. You are like a warm fire for my heart. And that's very much like Four of Wands energy. It's like you are like the home to them. Let's see. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Happiness. You brighten my world. Your love brings me so much joy. So yeah, like I was saying with the Fool card, like stepping into the sunshine with you. Let's see, what else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say? We have fate. It's destiny for us to be together. So they may be very aware of this at this time, that this is a destined connection, very spiritual connection. Your person may be a spiritual person, or they may be starting to dabble in spirituality, things like that. I'm hearing like new age spirituality, so I'm hearing like something about astrology even. So that may be something that you're into or your person's into. But yeah, so they are sensing that this is a sort of special connection. Like this is different than anything I've experienced before. There may be a lot of signs and synchronicities that they also receive about you. Let's see. Let's get some of these messages. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say? We have walking away from you broke me. So this could have been about that Seven of Swords energy. If they walked away or they ghosted you or just distanced themselves, they're saying it was really painful. You bring me back to my true essence. So this is definitely highly spiritual. And I think part of this, why maybe they walked away or they distanced themselves, was because they were in a way like afraid to be their true selves, is what I'm feeling, because the Seven of Swords is definitely about like masking, hiding, things like that. And so it could have been that like, because it's a very deep soul connection, because you guys have we're hearing like a lot of soul history, so maybe a lot of past lives, things like that. it's like you have this ability to sort of unlock your person's true self, and you kind of strip their ego away, is what I'm hearing. And it could have been very frightening to this person to experience this connection, especially if they were a lot in their shadow energy, a lot in their ego. This may have been very threatening. They may have just felt very uncomfortable, maybe speaking to you at times, because it's like you were kind of triggering them to wake up and like confront themselves. And it's like maybe they just weren't ready to do that yet. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Oops. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say? We have, don't give up hope on me, please. So they don't want you to give up hope, even if they're still stuck right now, or they seem a little stuck. They are, I feel like, working through these things. I've been soul searching and going within to find answers, so that's really good. I think that's where they're getting these sort of lessons from, is because they are maybe a bit in hermit mode as well, going within and discovering, truth. Sometimes I feel like we're the same person. So this is sort of a twin flamey energy where there's maybe a lot of similarities, sort of like unique to this connection. You guys are maybe just extremely similar, or there's all these weird synchronicities, and this person sometimes feels like, you are another version of them. I've been having major realizations about our connection. And I think the judgment card can represent that maybe they're realizing that how unjust maybe they really were, how really lost they were at one point, and now they're getting clarity on that, and they're like wanting to maybe even, like I was saying, like offer an explanation or apologize. You are my guiding light. So you are helping this person return to themselves. I feel like find themselves. You may be a very just high vibrational person, and you kind of help this person wake up to who they really are inside. I think that was coming up earlier too. All right, let's get another message from them. What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? What else does Pile One's person want to say to Pile One? We have, I'm thinking about what we could be together. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, that could be thinking about a long-term future with you, settling down together. I want you to be part of my world, so definitely moving in together, really living life together. We came to Earth to be together. Whoa, very powerful. So your person may be really realizing this, that this is, again, like they were saying, fate, destiny. This was planned before you guys incarnated. And then I believe in us. So your person is holding on to hope, I feel like, for this connection. And that's why they don't want you to give up hope on them, because I don't feel like they are giving up hope in this connection. It's like they're having to really fight through those inner obstacles, but I feel like they don't want to just, give up, because it feels like this connection is something very important to them. That it's like if they feel like they give up on you, it's like they're giving up on themselves, sort of, and they don't want to do that. All right, let's get you an oracle card now before we close out the reading, Pile One. All right. What does Pile One need to hear right now? What does Pile One need to hear right now? We have adversity. See the gifts in challenge. One can be taught within the calm, but the greatest lessons are learned from the storms. So there may be, storms that are going on in your life, maybe in this connection. And so this is Spirit definitely saying that you are also learning really profound lessons from this connection, and to not feel like whatever has happened, or whatever pain you've gone through has been totally wasted. Like I feel like you have probably gone through a significant transformation from this connection in your life. What else does Pile One need to hear right now? We have awareness. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. So this could be about synchronicities related to this connection. So if you open your eyes and really, even your third eye sort of, and really notice what the universe is trying to communicate to you, there are, I'm hearing like there's like little guideposts, like the universe pointing you in certain directions. So always pay attention to those and follow those nudges. And then we have love. Listen to your heart. Embrace what makes you happy. There are 1 million reasons to love. And this is really beautiful. I love this card. I love fairies. But so I feel like this is saying that, like, in terms of making choices, definitely listen to your heart. And if this person really does, mean a lot to you, there are parts of this connection that make you really happy. There are reasons to love your person despite maybe the challenges or the problems within the connection on the surface, which are often just, ego things and not really the person's true core being. So even if you guys are in separation or whatever is going on, you can still find reasons to love this person and reasons to appreciate them like as a soul, which can kind of help with like, forgiveness. It's like seeing the best in the person and loving that part of them and kind of like letting the rest sort of subside in a way. Like I'm hearing like fall out of your awareness. So it's probably about, not ruminating too much on the past and things like that. Well, Pile One, thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love and abundance and other good things. Please take care of yourselves. All right. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are doing super well. So let's get into your person's current energy towards you and see what's up with them right now. All right. Pile 2. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2, please? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? We have the Knight of Wands. Nice. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? The Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? The King of Swords. Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2. The Two of Cups, the Tower. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? The Ace of Pentacles. What is Pile 2's person's current energy towards Pile 2? What is Pile 2's person's current energy? Okay, let's just take all these then. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so what's going on here for you guys? Okay, so with the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups coming, or Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, your person is definitely really wanting to move towards you, definitely wanting to take action. The Knight of Wands is a very passion-driven person, so I feel like this person has a lot of passion and desire for you, but also I feel like with the Two of Cups, a lot of love as well. It's not all just the physical aspect. This is definitely a soulmate connection. This person does sense that draw and that feeling. For some of you, there could have been an argument or a literal ending to this connection because with the Tower and the Ten of Swords, it feels like something has come to an end here. With the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands, they may have walked away, sort of put up boundaries or distanced themselves or something like that. But I feel like your person really does strongly want to return to you. It could be about with the Eight of Cups, they've been doing a lot of like soul searching, going within to find answers, self-reflection and things like that. Um, this also could mean that your person has gone within, they've gone on this little like inner journey, and so with the Seven of Wands, it's like now they want to maybe return to this connection and I'm hearing like they want to fight for what was lost here. So it could be like I was saying, a separation. Maybe they do want to make an unexpected return to you, or if there was an argument or something like that, they want to put in the effort to maybe repair things with you, get things back on track. Um, but I feel like there has been some sort of internal cycle that has sort of come to a head within your person. And I feel like this connection, especially with the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I'm hearing your person's worst fears came true. So that could be that your person was maybe very secretly afraid of like losing you or something happening in this connection. It's almost like out of their own fears, they may have caused this sort of destruction within the connection, like out of like self-sabotage, like I'm hearing like self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's like I feel like your person with the Ten of Swords has learned this lesson, maybe about not listening to their fears, not letting their fears dominate them. And so now, after kind of like shedding this layer or even having like this mask sort of ripped off here with the Tower, it's like your person is ready to start again. Like from the ashes, they want to like resurrect this connection, is what I'm hearing. Um, so it's interesting, the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is sort of like, I see him as a very like warm, fatherly energy, very nurturing, very giving, very sweet. But then the King of Swords can be very self-protective and very distant. So it's almost like your person is having to sort of figure out which role they're going to play maybe in their life. Because the King of Swords, it's like there's a lot going on in their head. There's a lot that they're thinking about. They're like pure analysis and not a lot of heart. And they're very, exacting and things like that, not very warm. Um, So it's like they're having to maybe release this version of themselves that is almost like a self-protective thing where they maybe just stay in their head and analyze things. They don't really feel their emotions. They don't really maybe empathize with other people as much. And they're having to shift into someone who is much more giving, a much more of like sort of an open-hearted person, who can really be there for others and really provide for them emotionally. Because the King of Pentacles is very nurturing, um, brings out the best in other people. And I feel like your person is having to sort of pick, which version of themselves they're going to lead with. But we're going to take a look at clarifying some of these energies for sure. Um, all right. All right. Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is Pile Two's person's energy? Knight of Swords. Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is Pile Two's person's current energy? King of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile Two? Clarify the Nine of Swords. Pile Two's person's current energy towards Pile 2. Clarify the Nine of Swords and the Strength card. Okay, so yeah, your person is definitely, I feel like, stressing about, I feel like communication or the truth here, because the Nine of Swords is all about rushing forward with the truth, coming clean, being very assertive and very strong, especially with the strength. That's all about that inner courage. And I feel like with the King of Pentacles kind of coming out reversed, is it's like your person maybe doesn't feel very stable within themselves. They may struggle to feel safe. They may struggle to feel um, like kind of like just I'm hearing like they struggle to stand on their own 2 feet, which is maybe kind of a meaning that maybe your person tends to be a bit codependent, or they tend to like rely a lot on external things to sort of make them feel safe, because like inside of themselves they don't really feel that energy. It also could be a sign of like just emotional immaturity, things like that. Um, where it's like your person maybe wasn't able to show up for you quite right in this connection because they didn't really even know really how to show up with themselves here. They didn't know how to stand strong. And for some of them, that because they were maybe codependent, they may have made choices based on like what other people thought, what other people wanted. Maybe people told them to disregard the connection, things like that. And so they're having to start to really feel good about the choices that they make and really stick with them and follow their heart rather than the opinions of other people and things like that. And that definitely represents this tower energy, as your person may have just been very unstable. And so when you have an unstable foundation, things like this happen, these things crumble. Um, so it's like your person is also sort of, I'm feeling like there's an existential sort of energy going on with your person. They're having to face a lot of very profound, deep fears right now. Um, there could be with the tower, this also can indicate karmic endings, situations, falling out of their life. That could be friendships, um, partners, family members, things like that, things that don't align to this very high vibrational energy, of this connection, this union. I feel like, that's starting to collapse. Um, a person may be having a lot of very profound realizations about what does and doesn't serve them, and I feel like that's why they want to come forward with this offer, because they're seeing how this connection has always been what they felt very called to on a soul level. Um, let's see. Clarify the tower. Pile two's person's current energy towards Pile two. Clarify the tower. We have the Empress. Clarify the tower. Pile two's person's current energy towards Pile two. Clarify the tower. The Four of Cups. Interesting. So the Four of Cups can represent sort of disappointment and melancholy, and and the Empress actually could come out reversed as well. So you may have walked away from this connection. They may feel like they lost their counterpart, their Empress. The person that they really looked up to, the person that they were really in love with, that they were really very attracted to. They may feel like you stepped out of this connection, that you're not in their life anymore, and that's definitely causing sort of a whole collapse to them. They're having to really maybe look at their own actions, and the Four of Cups can be about evaluating past actions, really looking at things, and maybe feeling disappointed with things that they did, feeling like they missed a really beautiful opportunity with you, and that's why they want to come back, because they don't want to lose this for good, is what I'm feeling. Um, Clarify the Two of Cups. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? Clarify the Two of Cups. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? Clarify the Two of Cups. What is pile two's person's current energy? We have Justice, the Six of Wands, and then interesting, the Devil card reversed, the Shadow. So they want to release these. I'm hearing like karmic attachments, and those could literally just be within your person. That doesn't have to be in the 3D, but this part of themselves that was stuck in illusion, that was trapped in fear, distortion, disconnected from their inner self. And when you're disconnected from your inner self, it's very hard to make the best choice for yourself. You do make choices based on fear and ego and things like that. And so with the Six of Wands and the Justice, it's like your person wants to come back feeling victorious. They want to come back with a lot of confidence, and they want to make things right with you with the Justice card. This could literally be an apology of some sort. They want to balance things out with you. I also feel like with this Tower and the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords and all this, if your person did anything that hurt you, I feel like they've paid the chromatic consequence from that. They've learned that lesson very strongly here. And maybe this all needed to happen for your person to learn certain lessons. Clarify the Ten of Swords, and that's why they've been really retreating, I feel like, going within to learn these things. Clarify the Ten of Swords. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? Clarify the Ten of Swords. We have the Lovers, the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like, let me get one more. Clarify the Ten of Swords. What is pile two's person's current energy? The Hermit and the Eight of Swords. So yeah, they definitely do want to free themselves here of anything that was sort of keeping a blockage between the two of you. With the Eight of Pentacles, that can be a lot about inner work as well. The Hermit, again, going within, having those really important realizations. It could be that these realizations are helping to free themselves from this mental prison also. And they're really seeing like this is a very beautiful soul connection that you guys have. This is a very like divine love that you have, and they really want to bring it into the physical world is what I'm hearing. They don't want to feel like, I'm hearing like they don't want to feel like this is just a fantasy anymore or just a dream anymore. Like they want this to be very real. So it could have been that there could have been a lot of blockages for the two of you guys maybe having a real manifested relationship for whatever reason. They could have been literally stuck in like a karmic relationship or something like that with the Eight of Swords, and it's like your person wants to release themselves of these things, for sure, because they're definitely not over you. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles now. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? The Nine of Cups. Yeah, wish fulfillment. They feel like you are their wish fulfillment with the Lovers. It's like there's, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers, it's like you have this sort of, I'm hearing like otherworldly, very magical connection. As well as the Empress, it's like you are, I'm hearing like the end all be all, like you are the ultimate to them. And so they don't want to lose this, again, this fantasy, this dream that they have with you. They feel like by coming into union with you, this is part of their sort of self-actualization. Like this is one of their heart's greatest desires, I think, is to have this with you. All right, let's get some oracle cards now and see what else. Very dramatic shifts going on with your person. I'll definitely say that. I'm hearing like there's a lot of endings and beginnings here. Also, I just heard a fresh start is coming. So I definitely see that with the Ace of Pentacles. There is something I feel like on its way in this connection with this person. Pile two. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? We have take time to breathe out. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? Hold your vision. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What is pile two's person's? That is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two. And prosperity lies ahead. That almost reminds me a lot of definitely the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles with this Taurus energy. Okay, so take time to breathe out. So I feel like right now, because your person is super stressed here with like the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Tower, it's like they're having like a lot of like internal turmoil, maybe even external turmoil, as well. There's just a lot of drama in their life, I feel like. So right now they're really needing time to just like almost like chill. Like there is a lot going on with them, so they're needing to just relax. I feel like take time to breathe out, just let it all go, sort of release a lot of this anxiety and fear. So they may not be like immediately ready to take like a lot of action right now because they still need, this is like very Four of Swords energy here. It's like they're needing to like find their ground because they're, like I was saying, they're very unstable right now. But they have this vision here of this beautiful future with you, this prosperity that they feel like lies ahead. So it's like, even if they're not doing anything right now, even if they're just taking time to relax and figure their head out, they still, I feel like, have in their future plans sort of a strategy to start to move towards this connection once they feel calm, once they feel centered, once they feel grounded. Um, so they're definitely not giving up here. And that makes sense here with the Seven of Wands. That is that, holding the vision, not letting things it's like they know what they want and they're not letting things cloud that vision anymore. It's like they're sticking by that, they're not giving in. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. What else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What else is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? We have the Rock. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? What is pile two's person's current energy? The Treasure. What is pile two's person's current energy towards pile two? The Butterfly. Okay, great. So that makes a lot of sense. The Butterfly coming out here. Okay, so the Rock says silence, stoicism, defense mechanisms, not showing emotions, walls up, fear, vulnerability, and hermit mode. So yeah, they may be in a bit of this hermit energy here at the Eight of Cups right now, where they are maybe very silent, like this card here. Take time to breathe out. They're just sort of with themselves. Um, Kind of in this just healing. It's almost like they've crept into like a little cave to sort of like recuperate from all of this stress that they're going through. But we do have the Treasure energy. It says cherishing you, gratitude, abundance, wish fulfillment. Again, wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups coming out twice. Gifts and blessings. So it's like, again, with the prosperity lies ahead, it's like your person sees you as this wish fulfillment. They see you as this absolute treasure that they have been very blessed to meet you in their life. And so regardless of that they show it, they really do value you quite a bit. They're seeing your worth. And then with this Butterfly, powerful change, transformation, rebirth, ascension, fresh start, cycles ending, and ego death. So they may currently be going through an ego death. I definitely am picking up on that. With all your person's cards, there's a lot going on with them. And so I feel like as they close out these cycles, these karmic cycles, internally, externally, things like that, they're going to start being ready to take that leap of faith and have a fresh start with you in the future. But again, I feel like this is a little bit in the future. It could be tomorrow, could be an hour from now, and energy is so mutable, but I feel like for now there is this need for them to just protect themselves and go within. But I feel like a lot of changes coming, a lot of changes are happening underneath the surface with them that will result in very perceptible changes, I feel like, in the near future for you guys. So I'm seeing a strong indication of good stuff coming in the future for you guys in this connection. Pile two. All right, pile two. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two right now? We have emotional. I'm feeling so emotional right now about you and everything that's happened between us. Yeah, we can see that. There's a lot of emotions. Feeling very emotional, maybe about things that they did, things that happened, just the love as well. Feeling very emotional about that. Balance. I want to bring balance and fairness to our connection. Didn't the Justice card come out? Yeah, literally wanting to balance things out with you, wanting to fix things with you. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? By the way, I'm getting a lot of earth sign energy from your person. So I feel like that's just the energy they're in right now, or they literally may be like a Taurus or a Virgo or Capricorn or have that prominently in their chart. Just saying. Let's see. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say? We have heart. Inside of your heart, I am there, and inside of mine, you are always with me. So no matter what happens, this is a very deep soul connection, and this person is acknowledging that you are always there inside their heart, somewhere. You're always a part of each other. Responsible. I want to show up for you and make you a priority, and that's very King of Pentacles energy. The King of Pentacles is very responsible, very loyal, very dedicated to the family, the person that they love, the person that they're with. And again, they may have been very irresponsible maybe with this connection because they were dealing with a lot of their own internal instability. like I was saying, immaturity, things like that. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? We have hot and cold. My heart says yes, but my fears say no. So there could have been that hot and cold energy, where they may have been in that King of Swords mode, just kind of walls up, not showing a lot. But that was just because they were scared. But in their heart space, they were definitely running very hot for you. We can see that with the Knight of Wands, a lot of passion. Let's see, pile two. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? And we have warmth. You make me feel so happy inside. You are like a warm fire for my heart. So a lot of heart energy here. You're very connected in that space. So yeah, you make this person feel very happy, very joyful. It's like they feel at home with you. There's this sense of, yeah, returning to the warmth. I feel like your person wants to do that. All right, pile two. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? No matter how I have acted towards you, remember that you are beautiful and worthy of love. So this person's behavior may have been it might have hit your confidence at times. And so this is kind of their higher self stepping in to say, like, no matter how I acted, this was never about you. This was about me. You have always been beautiful. You've always been worthy of love. Always been very lovable and very wonderful. Very beautiful. Let's see. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? Yeah, I want to see you in person, so they could be wanting to make plans. Definitely the Ace of Pentacles is very physical sort of energy, so that could be about reaching out to have coffee with you or a date, things like that. Wanting to reconnect with you, see your face. What does pile two person want to say to pile two? We have, don't mistake my silence for indifference. So if your person is silent with you at this time, this is not due to their own indifference. If they are in this rock sort of mode, not showing a lot, it doesn't mean they don't care. I feel like they may just be processing a lot at this time. I'm integrating my sensitive side and getting in touch with my emotions and intuition. So that's what they're doing right now, is healing their feminine side. You are the only thing on my mind. So that's what they're saying, is like, even if I'm quiet, you are really the only thing on my mind. I can see that the King of Swords. I also feel like that's like almost like hyperfixation on this connection, where your person is like really, may not be showing a lot, but they're really analyzing it, thinking very deeply on it, having to make some important choices. All right, pile two. Pile two. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two right now? All right, so we have, let's see, we have I loved you from the start. So whenever this connection started, this even could be the first time that you guys met. This person is saying, I always loved you. I loved you from the very beginning. I'm eternally yours. Whoa. Yeah, look at that with the heart. You're always inside of my heart. Um, I was born to love you. You are my heart. Okay, so yeah, this person is very connected to you with the heart space. If there is like disconnect, I feel like they may really even feel that sort of ache in their chest without you. You are beauty itself. Ooh, definitely with the Empress, I think you're super stunning. And then I want to hold you in my arms and kiss you all night long. Aww, very romantic. So yeah, this person wants to have that wish fulfillment, like I was saying, where it's like the two of you in a happy sort of connection. Where you really are balanced, everything is good between the two of you, and you guys are experiencing a lot of, I'm just hearing like marital bliss, or just sort of that energy, not necessarily being married for all of you if that's not something you're interested in, but that sort of bliss where it's like domestic bliss, I guess is that answer, where it's like, you're just enjoying living together, enjoying your lives together. All right, let's get you some advice now, Pile 2, before we close out your reading. What does Pile 2 need to hear? We have partnership. Learn to grow with others, overcome obstacles by working together, touch each other's hearts while life lasts. Whoa, this is really beautiful. So I feel like this is very clearly about this partnership. This also, I mean, I guess it could relate to other relationships in your life, friends, family, stuff like that. So like this says, it's like learn to grow and overcome obstacles by working together. So it's like when you really connect to each other's heart spaces, you can overcome maybe a lot of obstacles that look very difficult. So I feel like you and this person, we have butterflies again on this card, are both going through a transformation. I feel like this connection is going through a transformation, but I feel like things are going to be healed. Maybe I'm hearing like old wounds have come to the surface that needed to heal in order to have a really healthy partnership. What does Pile 2 need to hear right now? What does Pile 2 need to hear right now? What does Pile 2 need to hear right now? Oh my gosh, we have love. Listen to your heart. Embrace what makes you happy. There are 1 million reasons to love. This is so cute. This also came out in pile one. So the message that I kind of felt from this card is that, like, if this person makes you really happy, if you feel like, there is this heart connection, there is this love that you guys share, definitely, even if you're not together, you can still embrace this person. You can still embrace what made you happy about this person, what makes you happy about this person. And rather than focusing totally on the negative aspects of this person, you can focus on, yeah, like there are 1 million reasons maybe to love this person. And I feel like the more we focus on the aspects of our partners that we like, the more we kind of cultivate those seeds within them. Um, the seeds of goodness and compassion and things like that. It's more like when we view people from a very antagonistic perspective, it's almost like they can't help but confirm that and show up in our reality in a very negative sort of way. All right, pile two, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure sending you lots of love and beauty and abundance and all those other good things. All right, take care. Bye bye. Hello, pile three. Welcome to your reading. So let's get into your person's current energy towards you and see what's going on with them. All right, pile three. What is pile three's person's current energy? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three, please? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three, please? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. What is pile three's person's current energy? The Nine of Wands. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? We have the Star. What is pile three's person's current energy? Okay, let me grab these. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. What's going on with them? So I feel like with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, it's like there's a lot that I feel like your person is sort of keeping to themselves right now. A lot that's hidden, especially with the Nine of Wands. There's a lot of like boundaries I feel like your person has placed. They're kind of like keeping themselves a little walled off, is kind of what I'm sensing. With the Nine of Swords, it's like there's a lot of stress, I feel like, from your person about this connection at this time. They may feel very uncomfortable opening up. It's like the Ace of Swords here. It's like they don't maybe want to tell the truth, or they're afraid of telling the truth or something like that here. Um, they're feeling very, very self-protective. But I also feel like with the Eight of Pentacles and the Star, it's like there is this desire, though, to, I feel like, heal this connection and work on things here, like put in effort to maybe even reach out to you here at the Page of Wands to make some communication. It's like they still feel this drive to you, even if on one hand they're feeling like they want to protect themselves, they want to keep these walls up, sort of not show a lot. On the other hand, there's still this internal force that is driving them to feel very curious about you, feel like they do want to reach out. So that makes sense with the Two of Pentacles here. It's like they're having to sort of juggle these two sort of sides to themselves. It's like on one hand they definitely feel the magnetism, they feel the spiritual nature of the connection, they feel all this sense of like sort of hope and awe with you at the Star. But then it's like on the other hand they feel like maybe due to a lot of personal issues or traumas or things like that, it's like they feel like it's not safe maybe for them to come forward to you right now. I'm going to start clarifying, actually. I'm very curious about what this energy is. Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? Nine of Wands. Again, it's like they have maybe been through a lot in this connection here, or they've just been through a lot in their life. Like this is sort of that wounded warrior energy where, you're a bit weary because life has sort of been battering you a bit. So this person may really struggle to open up because they may have just been through so much in their life that made them feel like vulnerability is very unsafe. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Um, Clarify the Nine of Swords. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? Clarify the Nine of Swords. What do we have? The Six of Pentacles and the Star. So it's interesting that the Six of Pentacles kind of came out reversed here. So it's like not giving a lot. Again, like this tight-fisted energy here with the Four of Pentacles. Let's see. We have the Star. Again, renewal. So for some of you, you guys may be in some sort of separation or something like that, and it's like they want to renew this connection. They maybe want to return to you. They want to heal this. But on the other hand, it's like they feel very afraid. Again, they're keeping these boundaries very high at this time. Um, so you may feel like you have maybe given a lot to this connection, or you've given this person maybe more than they've showed you here. Um, Pile 3. All right. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. What is Pile 3's person's current energy towards Pile 3? The Eight of Cups. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. What is Pile 3's person's current energy towards Pile 3? Clarify the Four of Pentacles. We have the Hermit, Six of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Lovers. So it's like with the Eight of Cups, your person may have walked away from this connection for some of you. They may have sort of disappeared, especially with the Hermit. It's like they've maybe disappeared to just go on this sort of vision quest to go within. The Eight of Cups is also definitely about letting go as well. So they could be just sort of trying to also maybe let go of some fears here. They're looking for some sort of truth within themselves is what I'm sensing right now. And that could also be why they're holding back, because maybe they haven't really fully discovered what they're looking for. They still feel like they need to work on themselves more or figure more things out. But we do have the Lovers, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So it's like what your person could really be not showing you is that in all actuality, you really are like wish fulfillment to them. They do have love for you. I'm getting your person may be very hard to read because almost it's like there's so much, even in the cards, I feel like there's like a lot of hidden things with your person. So you may also feel that way. It's like you may be very confused about your person and like how they really feel about you in a lot of ways because they may not show you. It's like you can maybe sense on some level that they do love you or they do have feelings for you, but then it's like it's almost like masked by like many layers of self-protection, is what I'm getting. So yeah, it's like your person does want success with you. They do want victory. They do want this passionate love with you. But it's almost like if they're hiding it or if they're walking away from it, it's like they may feel not good enough. And that's why it's like maybe they do need this time to sort themselves out, go on this inner journey so they can feel the confidence that it would require maybe to, I'm here to like step up to the plate and really reveal to you how they really feel. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Pile 3's person's current energy towards Pile 3. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Pile 3's person's current energy towards Pile 3. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands, Pile 3's person's current energy. We have the World, the Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords. Okay, so with the World here, there's going to be an energy of some sort of cycle completing within themselves. The Seven of Swords is interesting. So that's that like layer of sort of mask where it's like your person has this sort of false self that maybe they project to the world, and then they may not really ever reveal what's actually going on within themselves because they feel so afraid. They feel so sort of like unstable. This person may have been betrayed a lot, or they're very afraid of betrayal. Maybe a lot in childhood or something like that. They felt like they couldn't really tell people what was really going on with them, or they got sort of shamed for their emotions, stuff like that. With the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords, it's like there's some sort of crossroads your person is at right now in terms of like maybe completing this cycle and finally learning to trust, learning to open up, change as a person, heal, work on themselves. Um, and it's like with the Two of Swords reversed almost, it's like they may not feel ready to make this choice at this time. No, they may still feel a little emotionally immature with the Page of Swords reversed. It's like unable to be fully honest with themselves about the truth because it's like I'm hearing they're kind of out of touch with their inner child, even with the Page of Swords. Like they don't feel like maybe they can always trust their intuition with things. Like they almost feel like they kind of stick their head in the sand, maybe when it comes to making important choices. Um, so I feel like there is a lot of like internal confusion that your person does deal with, and that could be why they are feeling so drawn to kind of go within and hermit themselves away, is because they need to sort their own head out because they need to really discover what actually is meaningful to them. Um, Let's see. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the Ace of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. And the Four of Wands. Four of Pentacles again. So it's like this person on some level, that's why it's like there's this internal confusion. On some level, they do want to rush forward with the truth here with the Ace of Swords. They do want to tell you, what's really going on with them, how they really feel, that they do maybe want this union here with the Four of Wands. They do want this connection. This can also be twin flame energy as well, for those of you that resonates. This person may really want that strong foundation. And so they do feel like it would be awesome maybe if they could reach out and rush towards you. But then there's this fear of loss, this lack energy with the Four of Pentacles, feeling like they have to protect their heart space at all costs. And if they're vulnerable, maybe they'll really get hurt. So that's that closed off energy. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. So it's like your person's really having to figure out what they're going to prioritize in their life, what path they're going to go on. And right now I feel like they're not really making a choice. I feel like they're not ready to make that choice. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. You have the Two of Cups and the Page of Wands. Interesting, Page of Wands again. They also may be feeling like they do want to communicate with you more, because they may really be, again, craving this sort of love with you here. And that could relate to the Star, where it's like they do feel like there is something that maybe they need to say or something they need to do to bring sort of a balance and a healing into this connection. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. I'm also getting this has a lot to do with their priorities, like in terms of even the Eight of Pentacles. That could be about focusing too much on the external world in a way, like sort of distracting themselves from their emotions, versus like the Star is sort of like reconnecting with those really deep emotions, reconnecting with your spiritual side. And I feel like this is a very spiritual connection. So it's like kind of taking your person, sorry, like out of the 3D and into the 5D. And it's like they're having to kind of prepare themselves for that shift, almost, is what I'm getting here. All right. I just take a sip of water, sorry. Clarify the Star. Pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3. Clarify the Star. The Chariot. Five of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. All right, so definitely with the Chariot, there is this desire to move towards you, to take action. Sorry. They do feel like a lot of desire for you. They do feel this very intuitively sort of led energy where they feel like you guys are maybe meant to connect, things like that. And again, Page of Pentacles representing, I feel like this is about earthly communication. This is about like a text message, things like that. But then with the Five of Swords, so for some of you, there may have been some sort of argument or some sort of tension in the connection here that may have caused problems. And so I feel like your person is maybe wanting to, after they work through all these fears and these anxieties, they are wanting to, I feel like, come back and maybe repair whatever distance sort of happened between the two of you due to this tension, this conflict. I feel like I'm hearing like they felt very defeated by themselves, and it could have been that they felt very defeated by their own fears, and that could have just led them to like sort of withdraw. Like they maybe felt like they just couldn't handle it, they couldn't handle the emotions, they couldn't handle the connection, and so they may have even self-sabotaged in order to just sort of like have an escape route. But now it's like they still desire this connection, they still love you. I feel like they still have a lot of strong feelings for you. So it's like they can't help but feel this pull to return to you and like make things right. All right, let's get some oracle cards now. All right, pile 3. What is pile 3's person's current energy towards pile 3? What is pile 3's person's current energy? We have, it's time to release negativity. Luck is on your side. Surrender to the divine. And your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so right now they definitely are releasing a lot of negativity. They're releasing a lot of fear here with the Nine of Swords. They're having to face a lot of those internal fears. But I feel like they are conquering them with this luck is on your side energy. It's like they're getting through it. They're fighting through it. Um, I also feel like they sense that this is a very special connection. They do feel very lucky to know you. Also, with the surrender to the divine, it's like that could be kind of the energy of the star, where it's like they may have been very resistant to this connection because the Nine of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, all very tense, all very resistant. They may have been very resistant to the spiritual nature of this connection, maybe to finally surrendering their fears, finally surrendering to what this love really is. And so I feel like right now that's what they're being called to do, is to I'm hearing like release their preconceived notions of like who they are or even like what love is and sort of go with the flow. Um, that's definitely something they need to do, is learn to just release and trust. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. So this person does have, I feel like, dreams about, coming back together with you, fixing this relationship, getting things sorted. And so right now I feel like they're trying to figure out a practical plan to make this happen so they can have a goal and start setting maybe the pathways to reach that goal eventually, instead of just keeping everything maybe in their head, because they may daydream and fantasize about you, but it's like they need to actually really make the effort, actually do what they dream about doing, instead of just fantasizing about it all day. All right, pile three. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? We have the rain. Yeah, look at that release coming out twice. Release, healing, tears, cleansing, feeling moody, emotional storm. Yeah, so there is an emotional storm going on with them at the Nine of Swords there. They are maybe feeling very moody, having a bit of a dark night of the soul almost even. There may just be a lot of past sort of trauma. Again, it's like I feel like this person had a hard life or a hard childhood or something like that. And right now they're maybe just feeling like they need to just be alone. And I'm hearing like they just want to like sit in the bathtub or in the shower and just like let it all out, just let it all, cry it all out, sort of is what I'm getting. So they may have repressed their emotions for a long time and now they're finally sort of releasing and cleansing all of this. What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three? What is pile three's person's current energy towards pile three at this time? What is pile three's person's current energy? We have the mist, clouded judgment, distorted perception, mystery, secrets, stepping into the unknown, and then the angel. Okay, so yeah, there may be a lot of secrets that your person has, but I also feel like this is them having to release themselves from this distorted perception and this kind of clouded judgment, like not knowing like what to do, what to say, feeling very lost, very confused, and again moody. They may have emotional stuff that they're also just having to deal with, like mental health stuff. Um, but we do have the angel, and that's very similar to like the star card here, where it's like your person is reconnecting to source. They are reconnecting to their higher self, their higher wisdom. They are receiving these important downloads. So it's like through this emotional storm, they are ascending, even if right now it seems like they're just like in this sort of fog and sort of lost and very confused. It's like there is a light at the end of the tunnel that I feel like they're going to reach eventually. Sorry I keep coughing so much. I almost feel like it's kind of connected to your person. They may have a very closed heart chakra or something like that. I mean, on throat chakra, because it's like as soon as I kind of started this reading, it's like all of a sudden my throat sort of closed up and went very dry. So I feel like that's sort of this Four of Pentacles energy, is like they have a hard time really saying what they really feel. All right, pile three. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? We have cycles. There are major karmic cycles that are being balanced out between us right now. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, all about balance. So there are things that are being balanced, I feel like, and released and healed right now. Major karmic cycles. That could literally be like 3D manifested karmic cycles or just internal, all this fear and anxiety. Things are feeling kind of dramatic in your connection a little bit. So I feel like um, there's a lot maybe going down in their personal life even. Currently, people may be leaving their life, things like that. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say? We have truth. I want to be more honest with you about how I'm really feeling. So yeah, we did see the Ace of Swords. Like there is this desire to tell the truth, to really open up. And I feel like as these karmic cycles clear, as this release is happening, they're going to be able to tell you more truth. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say? You have chemistry. Whenever we're together, sparks fly. So a lot of chemistry, even if they hide it or try to deny it, a lot of sparks, a lot of chemistry. Crush, I'm crushing on you hard. You're everything I want. So I think the Nine of Cups came out. Yeah, the wish fulfillment. You really are wish fulfillment to them. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? We have connected. Nothing can ever truly come between us. You're always connected. So even if it seems like there's obstacles in the way, or your person is distant or whatever's going on, they're saying that we really are always connected to each other telepathically, energetically, things like that. Um, I feel like I'm getting like there's never a time where your person doesn't think of you or doesn't feel you, doesn't sense your connection, even if they're doing whatever they're doing. Let's see. Pile three. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? Let's see. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? We have this. Wow, this is very makes a lot of sense in your pile. There's a lot more going on in me beneath the surface. Don't be fooled by my mask. Just because I don't show my emotions doesn't mean they aren't there. This is so. Yes, seems very relevant. So there's a lot going on with your person beneath the surface. They are releasing a lot. I feel like because your person seems a little closed off, it may be that because they're going through such an emotional time, they may feel like they absolutely don't want to interact with anyone. They want to be completely alone. It may be that they have a hard time crying. They have a hard time being in touch with their emotions. And it's like if they're going down that path, they kind of want to be stoic and sort of not show that on the surface. So they might really withdraw when they're feeling emotional to sort of just like nurse their wounds privately. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? Let's see. What does pile three's person want to say? I want to cuddle you. Oh, that's really cute. So yeah, they do want that connection. They miss holding you. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? What's pile three's person want to say? I want to see you in person. So they do want to cuddle you. They want to see you in person. Don't mistake my silence for indifference. So yeah, if this person is ever silent, it's not because they're indifferent. You're the only thing on my mind. And no matter how I have acted towards you, remember that you are beautiful and worthy of love. So this is basically a message saying that even if your person has maybe been very hurtful in the surface and things like that, not to take any of it personally, definitely says more about them and where they're at and what they're going through than about you and your worth. For sure. All right. Pile three. What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? We have, you make me weak in the knees. So you really do make this person feel very sort of weak and vulnerable. You really like blow them away. Our hearts are connected. Interesting. Didn't the connected card come out? Yeah. So nothing can come between you because your hearts are always connected. What else does pile three's person want to say to pile three? I'm all yours. Beautiful. So definitely their heart belongs to you, pile three. We are one. So they feel very connected to you. I feel like on some level you guys are deeply connected. There is this oneness between the two of you, despite how things appear on the surface. And then I can't stay away from you. So even if they have walked away for a period of time or they're doing whatever they're doing, they do feel like still called to you. They still want to see you in person. They still want to return to you. I feel like when they disappear, they're never really gone for very long. And I feel like even if they are separate from you, they still think about you a lot. You're still very much on their mind. Like they said, like you're the only thing on my mind. All right, pile three. Let's get you a word of advice before we close out your reading. What does pile three need to hear right now? What does pile three need to hear? We have manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the doors and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. So this is definitely saying to not forget about your powers of manifestation. So if you have a desire, definitely believe that it will, come true. If you feel like either with this person you want to manifest them or you want to manifest someone else or something else, your dreams have so much power. And if you really like let yourself sort of, like it says, like open the door and let them live. If you give life to those dreams, if you believe in them, you will definitely call in a lot of what you're, what really wanting. What does Foster need to here? We also have creation. Look at that again, another card of a manifestation. Remember, your thoughts shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality. So be very conscious and mindful of your thoughts, pile 3, about what you're thinking about your person, what you're thinking about relationships, things like that, money even. So remember that your thoughts shape your future. So if you want a different future, you have to, think different thoughts. You need to think more, unified thoughts, things like that, about more optimistic stuff. It's really interesting that you had 2 cards about manifestation because the other 2 piles had very different energies. So I feel like Spirit is really telling you to focus on manifestation right now. So if you're not already well versed in it, definitely this is a sign to delve deeper into it. Definitely recommend Neville Goddard. You can get his books pretty cheap on eBay if you're interested. It's good to go to him because he's kind of the source. So if you really want that very potent material, I definitely recommend Neville. Some of you guys might already be into him. But anyway, this concludes your reading pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Sending you lots of love and beauty and good luck in all of your manifestations. All right, take care. Bye bye.